You will learn through that way of thinking to have an open mind, to see the doors that are opening for you through the things that don't go exactly the way you think they should. Hey dancers, it's Kirsten. Welcome back to the Confident Dancer YouTube channel. If your path looks different than what you think it should be as a dancer, I just want to communicate to you in this video that that is more than okay. I just want to have a little heart-to-heart moment and share about how normal that is and how beautiful it is to embrace it. I want to share some encouraging examples with you and some ideas and tips that can help you to just have a lot more acceptance and gratitude for what your journey looks like as a dancer, no matter if it's exactly how you imagined it or not so much how you imagined it. And this is especially for you if you are already thinking maybe about audition season coming up and you're starting to really experience fear, stress, anxiety about this question of like, oh my gosh, what if I don't get into the company I want, or the school, or what if my path looks different than what I planned? That is such a normal experience for dancers to go through, especially, I mean, this is just my personal experience. As a ballet dancer, I noticed that it's very normal if you desire to be a professional to have this preconceived notion of what your path should look like, basically in order to feel like you have permission to feel successful or good about where you're at and where you're going. And I really want to start with centering on this idea of permission. I think it is a beautiful thing to give yourself permission to have a path that looks different than the one that's been sold to you through media or examples around you or your teachers. And maybe your teachers in your training have kind of painted this picture of here's what it looks like to be a successful dancer. It is a beautiful thing to give yourself permission to live your personal path and to appreciate what your personal journey has to offer you. Because guess what? You know this, but I'm going to remind you. You are a unique individual, and I believe that every single person is born with a unique purpose and personality, who's been given a unique life to be lived. No single person fits into a cookie cutter mold that, especially that someone else kind of shared with you of, oh, this is what success should look like, this is what your life should look like. No! Okay? Even if you desire from a young age to have success look a certain way for you, that's totally fine. But I want to introduce this idea to you that I've learned over the years, which is that when our path starts to deviate from our expectations, that can actually be really, really good. Why? I think it is very good to have our expectations challenged. Because guess what? When you are, let's say, 14 years old, like me, when I was 13 or 14, I decided I wanted to be a professional dancer. Was I really making a completely informed decision about my entire life of what's good for me? Is it appropriate to think that my idea as a 14-year-old of what life should look like is actually what life should look like for me? I can tell you personally that the deviations in my path compared to my expectations have actually been invitations to learn more about myself. The deviations taught me to want things I never knew to want, or to be things I never knew I could be, or to do things I never knew I could do. Hey dancers, I hope you're really enjoying the video so far. I just want to briefly mention to you that if you've been struggling with mental blocks like perfectionism, comparison, self-doubt, or just generally noticing that your mind is causing like self-sabotaging behavior, like holding back when you're really wanting to impress or getting super nervous before a performance, in any case or in any way that that's showing up for you, if your mind is holding you back from feeling as happy and as confident as you want to be as you dance, and also if it's holding you back from performing your best consistently, then I want to invite you to consider the Confident Dancer Coaching Program, which is my signature mindset coaching program for dancers that helps you to totally do an overhaul on your mindset and learn the practical mental tools, frameworks, and techniques to build healthy, authentic confidence and and really train your mind to help you perform your best consistently as a dancer. So if that's something you're really interested in, I do offer a free 30-minute consultation. So if you want to just try this out, talk through your goals and challenges and see if this work is a fit for you, I absolutely welcome you to visit the link below, visit my website, learn all about my coaching services, and book that free consultation. There is no harm and nothing to lose, so just go for it. So I hope you're enjoying the video, and let's get back into it. I really believe suffering is a real thing, okay? We all experience painful experiences in this life that create a sense of suffering, whether you would label it as that or not. Suffering is relative. However, what I've discovered is there's an optional amount of suffering that we experience, and that optional amount of suffering is the pain we experience simply by having this expectation of what our life should look like, and then noticing what our life actually does look like, and continuing to reinforce this idea of I'm not good enough because my life doesn't look like that. I can't be happy because my life doesn't look like that. I'm a failure because my life doesn't look like that. Okay, sometimes the pain we experience is a helpful motivator to create change that would be meaningful to us. But what if you actually gave yourself permission to say, my path is different and that's okay. I'm a unique person and that's okay. Also, life isn't linear. All right. I used to freak out so much because it was like, oh my gosh, if I don't move up to this next level in this next year, then I started to make all this meaning out of what that would mean for my future. Friends, sometimes we have something that feels like a detour, and we can interpret that as, oh my gosh, this means I won't get XYZ in my future. I won't get a company contract. I won't be this, that, or the other. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. Just like injury recovery is not a linear process, your life is not a linear process of always feeling like you're going on the up and up. Sometimes we need to feel like we're going backwards or totally skip off the path that we thought we should be on in order to actually accelerate or learn a different path that we never considered before. So if you don't get into the program you want, or even take a year off or several years off of dance, that is okay. It doesn't mean your dreams, your life, especially your life as a dancer, is over. And I think we just experience so much fear and stress because we impose on ourselves this very linear idea of how life should be. So my friends, I want to leave you with a couple ideas. Number one, there isn't just one way to be successful. There isn't just one way or one version of the good life. You get to ask yourself, what do I actually like about dance? What do I actually want to do? And how does that differ than the path I see other people valuing around me? It is beautiful to acknowledge that you can want different things, and that is okay. You can be different things, and that is okay. I want to encourage you to not let dance own you. And that is something that is such a beautiful takeaway I've gained from deviating from the traditional path. I have so much less fear around losing dance because I realize it is an accessory to my life. I am not an accessory to ballet and dance. Like, it doesn't own me anymore, but it used to. And so I experienced so much stress and fear of like, oh my gosh, what if I'm not successful? What if I lose it? And that's the beauty of also allowing yourself to take a break. You realize, oh my gosh, life does go on and it's okay. I've had so many friends who have taken a year or multiple years off and then still come back to professional contracts. And I never thought that was possible. So when you realize it's okay if your path is different, and if you take breaks and deviate and progress isn't linear, you'll experience so much less stress and fear. The last encouragement I want to give you is to keep this mantra with yourself that everything is working out for me. And you might have resistance to that idea, like, oh, but Kirsten, what if it doesn't? I want to invite you to allow yourself to be challenged by that. Don't confuse your path feeling bad for being bad, okay? Even the word bad, I don't like that very much. It feels unpleasant, and that's okay. For a time, I understand we want to get out of that, but allow yourself to repeat this mantra, actually, everything is working out for me. And truly, you will learn through that way of thinking to have an open mind, to see the doors that are opening for you through the things that don't go exactly the way you think they should. Doors are always opening for you, and the more you open your mind to look for them, the more hope and trust you'll have in your process. So my camera battery is about to die. I should say goodbye for now, but I really hope this video was encouraging. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.